Yeah, for some reason, we don't know why, but for some odd reason, we were not screaming to YouTube. We are now screaming on YouTube. Excuse us. That is entirely our fault. Also, shoutouts to encoding lag. I'm really kind of upset. Sorry, I'm actually not feeling my best at the current moment because yeah. Ah! I hate, fuck, fucking. What is this? What? You know, it's always in moments like these, I ask myself, do I truly want to know? Are these questions worth asking? Do I need to be on camera when I'm asking these questions? The answer to these questions most of the time is it's usually yes, but I still feel the need to say, "Oh God." I feel like I'm. Oh no. Hold on, New York is New Yorking. Yo, New York, are you good though? Okay, good. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, I was saying something. I was saying we need to start exploring this place because salvation does not come quickly. Especially if we play games the way we do here on the expert playlist. You know, we like to take our time and give our notes dramatic readings. You know, this place seems pretty normal. I don't anticipate monsters. I love that for the most part, you know, James just kind of runs around without his piece. Oh God. How many rooms? So we got room 312 and what is that, room 102? Oh, I love it. I love it when the walls bleed. Yes. Yes, Dede. Thank you. Why is the hunting rifle the first thing we're pulling out? Ahem. What do we got here? Remember that strange book you found earlier? Some very odd-looking man came in a few hours back, claimed it belonged to him. Honestly, I didn't feel like arguing. I wanted to be through with him as soon as I could, so I gave it to him. I'm not sure how he even knew it was his. I don't think he was ever a guest here. I would have remembered. Okay. An odd-looking man came in a few hours back, claimed it belonged to him. Ah! Wow. Well, okay, Kylie Minogue. That's very unfortunate. I'm sorry. for your loss of cognition. She's seeing cult symbols. The three circles in the middle are kind of a dead giveaway as to the things she's seeing. Why is she seeing these things is completely beyond me. It really sucks when people outside. It really sucks when like people outside of the. What do you? Excuse me. Blah. It always sucks when people catch psychological strays from the town. Like, you're not the intended target, but you somehow get caught in the bullshit anyway. That poor woman. All she did was run into some dude who was clearly caught in a loop of some sort. And, you know, as a result, she started seeing weird shit. Oh, is that the backpack from The Last of Us? I mean, it couldn't be. That's an anachronism. Yeah, because this game clearly takes place sometime in the, I think they said the early 80s, like late 70s, early 80s. Venus Tears Bar. Open from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. Sweet. It is actually 8:33. Not that I ever expect a monster to be sitting in one of these things. There's always that weird breath of apprehension one must take when encountering a bathroom stall in a horror game. I feel. Duke, I think I'm just, I also just may be scarred by Duke Nukem. I remember playing Duke Nukem on my original house PC. And like many games from that era, or at least like many games from that era that I tried to play on my computer was not very powerful. Most games required like a 486 processor of some sort, and my computer had like a 386, I think, to the point where I remember playing I'm going into the weeds of it here, but just to give you an idea of how weak my computer was, like I played Mega Man X at like 20 frames per second. Yeah, I played Mega Man X at like, I had the PC version of Mega Man X, and I played it at like 25 frames per second on a bootleg PC, and believe it or not, I beat it like that. So the first time I played it at 60 frames per second, it blew my mind on a Super Nintendo. Long story short, my computer was so jank that when I played Rise of the Triad, it was common practice back in the day to just shrink the window as small as you could get it to shrink, so that the game would run faster on your weaker computer. And Rise of the Triad would get to a point where if you shrunk it small enough, it would literally say on the screen, get a 486. With a little smiling emoji, you know, just to make fun of you for having a dog shit PC. Long story short. You know, I'm no stranger to lo-fiing it up. Like if you could play some of these things in slow motion.
And everything's coming together like butt cheeks.
Well, it's none of those.
Did I scare you?
Yeah, you did. I guess I deserved it, huh? The fart face that I am.
Where's the strangle child button?
Maybe.
I didn't see that in the tutorial.
Then again, maybe you're not so bad. Just annoying.
Uh-huh. So, you got any other things planned? I think I saw a dark room back there you could lock me up in.
No. I think you've had enough.
Literally nearly
For
killed him
now.
like 4 times.
Well, that's reassuring.
Besides, I need your help finding Mary. She's here, isn't she? Come on, tell me.
I wish I knew.
But she said it in her letter.
Wait. So there really is a letter?
Oh. Yeah. Want to read
It's
it?
a weird implication that everybody's just out here getting letters.
Just don't tell Rachel, okay?
Who?
Who's Rachel?
She's our nurse. I took it from her locker.
My dearest Laura, I'm leaving this letter with Rachel to give to you after I'm gone. I'm far away now, in a quiet, beautiful place. Please forgive me for not saying goodbye before I left. Be well.
I know what she
Laura.
means by left.
Don't be too hard on the sisters. And Laura, about James. I know you hate him because you think he isn't nice to me, but please, give him a chance.
Uh-oh.
It's true, he can be a little surly sometimes, and he doesn't laugh much. But underneath, he's a really sweet person. I love you,
I know he
Laura.
might hate fun.
I love you like my very own daughter. I wish things were different. I wish we could be happy together, like we talked about. Even so, I know you will have a good life. You're a strong, smart, beautiful girl. Happy 8th birthday, Laura. Your friend, Mary.
Wow. Did she write that 3 years ago? So Laura's 11?
Laura. How old are you?
I turned 8 last week.
What?
That means... Mary couldn't have died 3 years ago.
Or maybe...
Could she really be
Or
here?
maybe you're in a place where time is just dilating in a very
Is this
weird
the-
way.
Quiet, beautiful place she was talking about?
Me and Mary talked a lot about Silent Hill.
This town is
She even showed
weird.
me all her pictures. She really wanted to come back. She also talked a lot about you, you know? She even...
What? What is it?
Well, there kind of was this other letter. I think the one was for you. The envelope had your name on it.
Did you read it?
I wanted to. This one time, I almost did. Figured you didn't deserve to have it. But then I thought, Mary wouldn't want me to keep it from you. So I just sort of kept it for you. Here.
You've just been walking around with emotional damage in your back pocket for the past, like, 20 hours of this game? Just emotional damage.
It's empty.
Oh, God.
Laura, there's nothing in it.
What? But I didn't take it. I swear.
Well, where is it then?
I must have lost it. I gotta
Bro,
find
how do
it.
you...
Laura!
How do you... No. How do you have the envelope but lose the letter? You kept your musty ass letter. What happened to Damn, James gets no. James just gets no. James, you just don't get. Yeah, okay. I can play that on the recorder. You know, maybe. I was building into a good point earlier. I just got completely lost talking about my computer. But it has something to do with Silent Hill being in the 80s. Being set in the 80s, anyway. I wanted to think I was doing something, but clearly I am not. It's just making my controller vibrate in extremely strange ways. I feel like it's the show the DualSense Edge rumble off button, and I'm good. I don't need that smoke. Oh, it's a dog. And a rabbit. You know, in any other situation, that would have been a nightmare scenario, but she drew them so happy. They look like friends.
Huh.
What does that say? Staff only? Looks like the staff is dead. Go back there, James. Or not.
Laura.
Gotta be somewhere.
You, funny looking little girl. Ugh. Just can't. She's gonna. Listen, let me just predict it now. She's gonna run into the fucking weird part of Silent Hill, and my soul's just not ready for that. Ooh, look. I wonder whether or not Silent Hill 2 will be one of the games improved with the PlayStation 5 Pro. Oh wait, that's a thing, right? Boosh. Okay. It's time to chrome up, Chooms. I love that I know what that means now. I've been watching a friend of mine say that for the longest time. And I had no idea what the heck he was talking about. And now that I seem to have watched the entirety of Cyberpunk Edge Runners in one day, I now know what that means. I get all these weird terms that they use now. I love that, you know, the world of Cyberpunk 2097. Is that the year it takes place in? Is it 2047? I think it's 2047. 2047. We'll go with that. We'll go with 2047. I think my brain is blending Cyberpunk's title in the name of Yeat's last album. So we're gonna go with 2047. Anyway, you know, I finally watched Edge Runners, and one thing that I love, it fills out the world. Everybody has their own slang, but the slang is so weird and esoteric that if you haven't read or watched or played Cyberpunk, it just sounds ridiculous. I guess that's the way New Yorkers sound, you know. When I guess that's how you know, tourists feel when they hear dead ass or cap, you know. That having been said, I now know what chrome up means, and choom. I now know what choom means. I had no idea what choom meant. Or Bolta, or I don't know. They talk weird in the future. How's this really good show with a surprisingly resonant emotional core? I like the characters. The characters are what really made the show for me. Even if the show has a suitably bleak outlook, I found that the journey was interesting even as the main character became more and more unlikable. I don't know if that's by design or what, but he just kind of did. He just became more unlikable as the show went on. I liked him more before the time jump. There's like a time jump right in the middle of the show that happens, and I gotta say, I really liked him before the time jump. After the time jump, he's like, yeah, I don't know. Wasn't feeling it. But the show was really good. It was fantastic. Be sure to clean up the fireplace in the conference room. Why is it... While, you know, the level of detail in the notes I find in Resident Evil often break my suspension of disbelief. It doesn't happen often, but it happens sometimes. The notes in Silent Hill can sometimes be so mundane or so ordinary that I often ask myself why I've read some of the things I've read. Like, was I supposed to read this? The music box has fucking thingies in it, though. Oh, wait. Damn it. You didn't hear that. I deliberately didn't follow Laura through these doors. That thing was legit wearing a thong. What do you want me to say to that? It was wearing a like, I walked into the hallway and the first thing I saw was monster ass cheeks. Like, what do you want me to do? Just turn your flashlight off and walk away like nothing happened, you know? Just... Sometimes life throws you a curveball. Sometimes, you know, it's ass cheeks. E. $21. One, two, three, 4 pieces. I wish I understood. Why's my shit going off? What the dog doing? There's probably something outside in the hallway. James keeps turning his head like weird shit's going on outside, so. Ooh. I was kind of heading in that direction. I just didn't want to be the guy. Okay. Let's wait for the static to pass the door and then we'll go through. I feel like I can hear it. It's coming from the left and going to the right. There it is. That or it's just going up the hallway and then turning around, which is such a weird look. But whatever. I'll let it rock. Room 103 is the room I have the key for, right? Like I said, room 102. I mean, of course it's the one at the end of the hallway where the monster is. All right. Monster! What? I'm sorry. Sometimes you gotta ditch these sucker ass fools. Sorry, but absolutely not sorry. I don't trust any room I have to fall into like this. Just ain't right. Can you stop randomly grunting, James? So many of these doors all seemingly have the same bolt on them. How peculiar. Uh-oh. I don't know about you guys, but it feels like we're about to be consumed by the fog. Can I also mention that, like, I watched a boundary breaking video based on the Silent Hill remake, and there is an impressive level of detail culling that happens. True to the original game, there's an impressive level of culling going on behind this fog that keeps this game looking as good and moving at as smooth a frame rate as it does. Let me tell you with certainty. It's actually kind of nutty just how much detail this game obfuscates in the distance. Like, I thought the draw distance was just what it was, and the game was just covered in a layer of convincing fog. But no, this game doesn't render out not nearly as far. It renders out further than I thought it did, but not nearly as much as I thought it did. And that's really smart. You know, I just think it's very funny that like when you remove the fog, you can immediately see it. The game doesn't look like ass, but there are whole chunks. Like, I think the game loads like maybe a block and a half at any given time, and it just kind of culls the rest out around you, or loads it in if necessary, which is crazy. But you know, this is what Team Silent had to do back in the day on the PlayStation, except they did it with an even closer. They did it within an even closer. Hey, asshole, come in here. He's gonna come back. I literally shot it in the ass. Okay, we cooking. It's like, who did that? Oh shit. Nope. Man, this is really out here just spewing. Was that a frame rate drop that I just witnessed? I would love to see how the PlayStation 5 Pro enhances this game. I may not be able to see it quickly because I actually own this game on a disc. And though I learned how to remove the disk drive from the PS5 Slim about an hour before coming on stream, which is hilarious. I need the disc. I need to play Silent Hill. I need to be able to play things that are disc-based. So, even though my initial idea was, well, I'm just going to take the disc drive off of my PS5 Slim and just slap it onto the Pro, because it's literally a modular component. It is not built into the console. It is a modular component that you can literally snap on or off the system at will. A genius move in hindsight, I suppose, because they knew they were going to come out with a mid-range console. But that's the dilemma. Like, I would love to put the disc drive on the PS5 Pro, but then, you know, I can't play it on this one anymore. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting having two PS5s. I don't know. It's like having two Xboxes. It's not nearly as cool as you think it's going to be. I mean, you can only play one at a time. Oh, hi. You tried to dodge. It tried to dodge and was stuck in the doorway. Oh, speaking of intensity, speaking of... You know, Akira Yamaoka did the soundtrack for Edge Runners? Or did the score? At least, you know, the stuff that wasn't licensed music. All of that, like, percussive kind of... I could not believe it. When I just watched the intro, because the intro is so incredibly stylish, and it's playing Franz Ferdinand, I think. I think so. This fire is out of control. You're just playing that. So I kind of just watched the intro several times instead of skipping it. And yeah, during one of those watches, I saw, oh, original music by Akira Yamaoka. And I was like, holy shit. They got the Silent Hill composer guy? So esoteric, this man. There's a bunch of games he's worked on that I had no idea, that I wasn't aware of. Also love that he did the music for this remake. He did not do the sequencing or the overall sound direction, but he did compose music that they used. And in a tweet I read, he did say he was very pleased with the way Bloober Team designed the soundscape for the game. It was very in line with what he would have done. And I mean, you know, from the man's mouth to our ears, I too feel like the music is used very appropriately. The sound effects, the ambience. Why this? Don't get back up. Don't get back up. I know there's something behind me. Leave me alone. Yeah, I would love to see how Silent Hill would look on the PS5 Pro with all its graphical fidelity. But there's no way for me to play that on the PS5 Pro without literally ripping the disc drive off of this one and snapping it onto that one and then just going back and forth like a doofus. I just don't... I don't feel like spending another $70. Which sucks because, you know, unfortunately, we will not be using that console to stream anything. Except maybe GTA 6. Because there's no reason. We stream at a nice crisp 720p upscaled to 1080p. And I'm sorry, but you do not pay for all of that power to use it. It's already bad enough that we're using that power now to play games in 720p. Yo, who invited you? Who actually told you to come over here? What? Did you just hear me talking or something? What? Where did that thing even come from? Did you come out of this room? Nah, ain't no way, dog. Anyway. Please clean up your... What room is this? Good old room 107. Well, might as well check the utility room. Okay, I guess not. Oh, that's the storage room, excuse me. The utility room is this way. Where they keep the utilities. What's up, utilities? Is there anything hiding in here? I swear. Like before I start reading something. Hedra helix seems to have some kind of pest. Separate from the rest of the plants or they'll all die. Sounds like I need some Hedera helix to take care of a plant problem. Anybody else aware of the great Fuzi crash out of 2024? It's a terrible thing, you know, terrible. Terrible, terrible. The worst part is, I don't even really blame... What? Interesting. The worst thing is, I don't even really blame... him or the people around him as much as I blame the social media platforms that continue to allow him to broadcast and tap into his audience. If you took away this man's accounts or just kept banning him every time he made a new one or leapfrog to some or monkey branch to someone else's, I think he would get the message. Like, he's more of a liability online than off. And while I realize that cutting him off from the internet makes him invisible, he clearly can't handle the medium. I think it's gross. Like, it's gross that he's been like crashing out all day and he still has an account somehow. I don't know what that fish was going on about, to be honest. Oh, this isn't. No, I don't. Don't put it in your pocket. Why, James? You dirty beast. You know what? I don't even know why I'm surprised. This is the same guy that just sticks his arm into any hole he sees. Oh no. As the cold draws near, they abandon their own nests. Something tells me this is going to be relevant later in a really dumb way. As a matter of fact, I'm probably in that moment. I just don't realize it yet. What do you mean, maintenance? I know, I'll open it with a rotten apple. Okay, maybe not, maybe not. Okay. Well, it's definitely not those, so. Clearly I need bolt cutters or something. As the cold draws near, they abandon their nests to return in time. What did the other fuckers do? The fish thing? The fish thingy. You know, the fish did a thing. Oof. There we go. Lone one of the East. I feel like there's nothing significant there. One in the east, there's a bird in the middle. And then there isn't really anything on the left except that fish. And what does that one say? Large one of the west, tempted by the Lord's something, laid to rest. Okay. So the fish on the left, so the bird in the middle is chilling. The fish on the right was chilling. And then the one in the west just couldn't keep his hands off the king's stuff and got cacked. He got, my friends. It's a cautionary tale, that one. It's a tale about generosity, about appreciating one's lot in life and the gifts you're giving. I think there's a moral there. Ooh, it's extra spicy here. We love to see it. I don't know about you. I love when the visibility in Silent Hill gets super low. Oh, look at that ray tracing. Oh, look, it's ray tracing, guys. Look. thoroughly explored. I mean, I'm not scared because as far as I know, there are no swimming creatures in Silent Hill. I mean, most of them have no arms. I would personally be afraid of the leg creature if I was in the water, because there's no way that you're gonna outswim 4 legs kicking their way towards you, like the same way you would a pair of arms and legs. I feel like 4 legs is almost broken, like it needs nerfs. Spend unforgettable moments on Toluca Lake. These waters will bring you peace. 15 for the day. Well, for $15, you can buy yourself peace at Toluca Lake. Honestly, not a bad deal. We all deserve some peace. What's up, notifications? Give me good news. Why is this here? I'm about to wrinkle my nose disapprovingly. Why is this here? Why is this big chunk of video? Why? Are you Why? Why is this This entire dock is just built out for no reason. You mean to tell me there is zero coherent reason why this is here? And not even to trigger a cutscene? Like, the only thing that was down here was this poster. Is that a light bulb in its mouth? Is that the detail I've been missing here? How do I get into that fish area? Now I've got questions and they really need answering. Like, I will not take no for an answer. Why is room 107 colored? Let's check it out. I'm actually curious. Let's try and open it with a rotten apple. Or not, but we never did go to room 102. Don't even think I ever ended up going that far down the hallway to begin with. But there's a first time for everything, my friends. Oh, great. The health item economy is booming. We're back up, people. Oh wow, all of that for a goodie room? Should have came in here earlier. Love how James does not have to kill enemies for currency or upgrade parts for his weapons. His weapons just come as they are. Oh, is that a shotgun? Okay, it does shot. Ah, motherfucker. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, they give you like a shotgun and they're like, oh yeah, here's a shotgun. Do shotgun things. Or they hand you a rifle and they're like, look, this rifle does rifle things. Is that cool? And you're just like, yeah, sure. I love rifle things. But what you see is what you get with all of Silent Hill's weapons. There's no upgrade paths. There's no, like, look, you got a pipe, okay? You're not going to be adding barbed wire to it or shaving off the end to make it lighter and more impactful on the... No, listen, you maniac. You psychopath. Why are you even thinking that? This is a normal dude. No, it's just a pipe. It's just madness to expect any... Oh no. Who is this? In loving memory of Sean Mitchell, the family regret to inform you of his passing. The funeral service will be held at St. Stella Church in South Vale, intersection of Nathan Avenue and Neely Street at 11 a.m. Well, that's nice. Following the service, we will hold a small reception at Sean's family home. And then what? See what I mean? I think I said this earlier. Sometimes you just come across things that are like, should I have read that? Does any of that seem relevant? St. Stella Church on the South Vale at the intersection of Nathan and Neely. I guess we could remember where that place is. How are you tonight? How are you? How are you? I know things are scary in the real world, but that's why we're in Silent Hill right now, where things are actually less scary. Believe it or not, this is normal by comparison. I don't know why I wanted that to work so bad. Like I must have lost my mind. I mean, clearly that wasn't gonna work. This is the last time I went up here. Oh, yeah. Hey, wait. Maybe? It's not just me, right? Like, you don't, you open the door and the first thing you hear is, and it's like, okay, fine, I'm just gonna, hold on. Let me make sure I'm not disturbing someone, you know? Just this is no better. Like when you enter the room and then the music starts playing, this is no better, but it's okay. Gonna let it rock. Just gonna quickly change into some women's clothing. Yes, that's the plan. Just oh man, some really strange people are staying at this hotel right now, and I don't think they dress very well. Oh, okay. What the You know, that's how they get you. You know, you spend so much time looking at mannequin legs. Like, look at this goofy shit. Who turned that upside down like that? Why are you messing with me? Why is the wind? This is perfectly fine. We're gonna find our way through this place, okay? To which of the beignets am I speaking? I've seen that y'all tend to run pretty deep. There is in fact an army. There's an army of you. I've seen it. Thank you. I mean, we're only getting marginally better here. The last hallway I went into had like, what? Cheap viewers on streamboo.com. Remove the space. Why would I want cheap viewers? Like, fuck you. Give me the expensive viewers. You know, I want those high quality viewers. The ones that say slurs in your chat and get your channel banned. Forget these bots. Just give me all of the edgelords at the same time. Oh my god. Monsters. You're not dead. Shotgun. That's a shotgun. To the thigh. Whatever part I hit. That's the problem when your ankles are up here. You know, a shot up top could still be an ankle shot damage-wise. So maybe it's better to just go center mass, you know? just aim right in the middle, you know? Just right in the segment. Right in the butt cheeks. See, that's the meaty part, right? Right in the middle there. That's what do they call that? The flank? Is it the shank? That's the rump, right? It's all rump. This thing has like 2 rumps, you know, because it's got legs at the top and the bottom. So this thing literally has 2 rumps. So maybe, you know, that little meaty part in the middle right there. That's where you shoot them. That's my head cannon, and we're sticking with it. But yeah, see, look, if you wanted any like proof that we're probably somewhere in the 80s, look at this damn TV. Now, it's obviously a color TV. Like, that's not in doubt. This is obvious. Well, one, it's a effing CRT, so take note of that. It's a CRT. 2, it's got a freaking... Is that a VCR slot? No, it's not. But look, it's got standard channel up and down buttons on the front there. It's from Panarone, whoever that is. It's clearly stereo. It's not mono. It's stereo, because that's a small-ass TV. That looks like a 20-inch. It's probably a 20-inch, which looked really big back then. And it's in stereo. That's the 80s, man. You know, I think TVs were definitely not getting smaller by the 90s, but they definitely didn't look so boxy. I remember my first television as a child. My first TV was 13 inches and had 1 speaker on the side. It only took the yellow and white inputs. The red one was just sitting there dangling, all sad and lonely. Eventually, I had to start running the AVs through my VCR because not picking up both audio channels sucks, especially when you're playing horror games. Just a little FYI from the past there. But yeah, I can totally, like, as somebody who had a TV like that, like, I think my last TV before I went fully HD, I shit you not, the last television I had personally before I made the full-on jump into HD looked like that TV we were just staring at. I think it was like 27 inches. That was big back then, bro. My friends and I played Halo split screen, 4 players, on a 27-inch CRT that I had plugged Dolby 5.1 surround into. Glorious times, glorious times. What the shit? Oh no, I'm leaving. Alright. Not only am I leaving, I'm shooting whatever decides to come through this window. Like, I dare you. I dare you. Come in. Come in here. It's not gonna do that, is it? Actual weirdo behavior. Booga booga! Wow, that was far easier than I ever thought it would be. Thank you. Do I ever at any point get to feel safe? Like, am I allowed? You think it'll follow me in here? Well, since it isn't coming in here, I totally forgot to read this. Medical patient record, MSS. Oh. Well, I guess that's it. All right. So, weapon of choice. Yo, the combos are wild, though. Bad business. Playing a Resident Evil game and then playing this back-to-back is a very jarring experience because this man can't fight. Okay. Regardless of how we make this combat look, he can't fight, bro. He's very nervous and unwieldy. Like, he's not an Elden Ring character. He's not a, you know... He's not even a Resident Evil character. He does not have the je ne sais quoi to dispatch foes with ease. He's a dude swinging a pipe, and it feels like it. Like, even Josh Duhamel in the Callisto Protocol has a little bit going on in his upper body strength than James does. James truly feels like the phrase fighting for his life. Like, he really is. James is fighting for his life out here. I realized I didn't want to... Oh, wait. There's a save thingy in there? Why am I not saving in the save? What? Wait. Oh, I can't get into the... Can we just take a moment to appreciate that that there are crows on the rifle bullet boxes? Just fills my heart with glee whenever I get to make an Edgar Allan Poe joke. So, should the opportunity arise, you know, I must. Well, I mean, if you're gonna be walking away, I'm not gonna follow you. You know, what do I look like? I feel like the monster made out of two legs is the perfect metaphor for when a man selfishly sees his partner as nothing more than a vessel for sex. Or objectifies her sexually to the point of dehumanization. There's a weird pain that these things move with. You know what I mean? Again, we're tapping into what used to be primarily his frustrations, right? Oh my God. Like, from behind, like, there aren't enough bookshelves. There's another one. You know that feeling when you realize there are other things in the vicinity that can hear your gunshots? Like, there's still something creeping around over there in that direction. I clearly saw something run in that direction. Are we safe enough to check the map? Okay. As long as we're over here just playing with fire. Oh, God. And you! Sometimes it's just good to walk in the other direction, you know what I mean? I'm all about picking my battles. What door are we in front of? We're in front of door 212. What's the key I have? It's for door 202. And 312, because of course it is. Hey, can y'all see? Because I can't. The problem is, I may be relatively safe, but my radio is still on. Monsters can still hear the radio. They can't hear the radio as well as they can see the light, but they can still hear it. Especially when it starts bugging out. It's a real paradox that the thing that lets you know monsters are nearby is the one thing that alerts them to your presence the closer you get to them. Weird balance of fate, that. And I mean, you can always turn it off. I'm pretty sure they let you do that. Just like in the old one. Just like in the old Silent Hill. Yeah, look at that. You can turn it off. Click. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not crazy. You know, it becomes diabolical, almost Pavlovian after a while. You start to react to the sound of your... Like, the radio is supposed to provide you with a sense of security. Because it literally lets you know when monsters are nearby. But because of the way it's utilized, it has this reverse effect on you, and it instead becomes a Pavlovian reminder of your doom. You begin to dread the sound of the radio. Even though it is ultimately helpful to you in your plight, you begin to dread hearing it because it means that something that could kill you is in the vicinity. I'm not with the shits, though. You gotta hold that. I'm a silent kill. I'm a silent killer, okay? An unwilling protector. He looks so just unhappy to be alive. I would have personally chalked it up to survivor's guilt, but it's worse. Oh, lovely. A bunch of films. And a slide projector. Room 107. Note to staff, since it's taking you this long to get to the conference room, you might as well drop by room 107. I'm leaving you the key. One of the guests has made quite a mess. I'm happy to know that. Once again. Why? Why are there just some things that I know? I kid, though. Wait. Waiting for me in room 312? Who the fuck is waiting for me? Is that Mary's handwriting? Don't I have the key to room 312? Crazy that there's nothing on the back. That's crazy. If things had worked out differently, I was hoping to adopt you. Wow, James. You could have had a wife and a kid. Cancer truly does take away a lot of the good people. Jeez. I don't know why James felt like he had to headbutt the door open, but go off, King. What the hell? I'm gonna keep opening these bathrooms, expecting there to be something in them. What the hell is with all the bird cages? As a bird owner, I can totally see most of the birds that might have existed in these cages. And I say as a bird owner because I know a lot of us bird owners, like owners of anything, I feel like you have a period where you go crazy and you just start looking up animals that are similar to your animal of choice just because you're in love with them now. Like I always liked birds, but I truly did not come into my own fully as a bird person until I owned a bird. And then all of a sudden, you know, you're just looking at other birds. You're looking at other species of parrots. You're looking at other birds. You're looking at other people's birds. What is that sound? Like, what are we doing with the ambient noises? This isn't Dead Space. Cut that shit out. Stop it! Oh my god, what is this? Huh? I don't know what that just did. All I know is that it felt right to do. I don't know. That's some organic ass puzzling. I don't know. That just felt like the right thing to do there. Where am I? 217. There's a balcony on 217. What's beneath 217? Ah, the Lakeshore Restaurant. Okay, so we'll go downstairs and we'll go into the Lakeshore Restaurant to pick up whatever we just dropped through the sunroof here. Again, very cool. I'm all about using my noggin to solve not immediately obvious puzzles in the environment. It's always cool. This game has a lot of that, and I can appreciate it. I remember seeing, and I don't know how everything turns into an anecdote. I'm sorry, but it just brings to mind when I read or saw Yahtzee Crowshaw's review of the Silent Hill 2 remake, and he said, you know, one problem. Oh, whatever it is that's on the other side of that bleeding wall. One of the problems he had was that, you know, sometimes with the puzzling being set up the way it was, it would lead to long stretches of him not finding one portion of a puzzle and endlessly running in circles until he finally found it. And I found it to be the exact opposite. I felt like I was always going where I needed to go, and I was where I needed to be at the time I needed to be there with all the puzzles. It felt very organic and very open to me. And maybe I just got lucky, because I could see where the potential for having his kind of experience in that department. I can see it. I can see why that would happen to me. Fuck! Oh, it's on the floor. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Getting out of the graveyard with this one, boys. That was great, wasn't it? It was like, it was Harlem shaking on the floor. Thank you for that. It's like that. I don't know what his name is. He's just on Instagram and TikTok, like vibrating across the floor on his ass. I don't know how else to describe the dance that he's doing. I don't think anyone else is crazy enough to try it. Except maybe me.
I've got buns of steel.
And I don't know. I feel like for any mere mortal, it would probably hurt a lot to do. Dancers in general are just built different, though. I don't understand how people get the human body to do the things it does when people are dancing. In many cases. Fucking leg monster. I love that after a while they just stop letting you hit it. It's like the game is telling you, alright, that's enough. I have found so many of these weird you're unlocking a core memory type moments that I don't know. Not to say that it wouldn't be very cool and I wouldn't appreciate it to see a special ending instead of the original ending of this game because I keep triggering all these weird little blind spots. It's a scary proposition, man. Like, imagine getting the dog ending your first time through. It's almost too bizarre to conceive of. Come on. Room 214, go. Oh wow, I think I just need all the parts at once. Absolutely fine, I'm just saying. That's absolutely fine. We still have 2 rooms, we still have a couple of rooms to visit. Alright, so let's game plan. I can go through 2 doors and get to the 2 doors. Or go down another flight. Go down another flight, hit the courtyard. And see what thing I blew off the ledge back there. Why is the normal music... Why is the weird music not playing? I'm almost convinced that the hotel lobby exists in the real world and the rest of the hotel just exists in Silent Hill. Like Silent Hill, Silent Hill. Can opener? What? I really don't get it now. Oh, wait. Oh, great. Same as before? Alright. What's up, guys? Derek. More beers, more fears. Okay, look. Huh. Uh-oh. Ah. Huh. Ah. What? Alright, alright. The plot thickens. Or something's just wandering around out here naked like usual. very quick commercial break. Wait, we don't have ads here. A very quick break of you staring at the screen. Don't worry though, I got you. Yo, Dot, I got you.
The legend of the Stinky Crow. Caw, caw. For nearly 14 years, his mind had been soaring miles above. But Elliot Thomas was still stuck down on Earth in the boring town of Sinchester.
Sinster.
What?
It's pronounced Sinster.
How do you know?
My cousin's from Sinster. Never mind. Keep going.
Alone in his treehouse, he glued feathers to his wingsuit, readying himself for the day he would join the Phoenixes and Quetzalcoatls in the sky. "Dinner time," cried his mother from their house across the yard. Elliot sat at the center of the table. A TV dinner was challenged his BO as the dominant smell in the room. On his left, his mother yammered about her day at the ER. On his right, his father was absorbed in his smartphone. As for Elliot, his eyes were fixed on the ceiling fan, the most fascinating personality within a 10-foot radius. In homeroom the next day, Justin Schmakovsky threw a crappy paper airplane at him. Within seconds, Elliot had built a superior vessel. He stood up on his chair and swiftly launched the Papier Flieger. What? At his unsuspecting enemy.
Go, Papier Flieger, go!
Zoom, Splort, the marvel of paper aviation, lodged itself in Justin's tender eyeball. "Mr. Thomas," bellowed their teacher, "go to the principal's office." Later that day, Elliot was cooing quietly to himself as he bought a candy bar in the lobby. Casey Witchtits was smoking nearby and sneered at him. "You'll never fly, Stinky Crow," she laughed. "Why don't you go jack off to some bird porn? I bet you do more fapping than flapping."
Hey, that's pretty good.
"Fuck you!" screeched Elliot as he ran for the door.
Wow, dude, no love for Elliot.
It was dark out by the time Elliot meandered home. On the sidewalk, he passed a gaunt man who stared at him intently, desperately even.
Uh-oh.
It takes some serious voice
The
acting
man
chops
opened
to
his
pretend
mouth
like you
and
can't
said,
read.
"Uviwa, Uviza." What the fuck? Elliot had planned to eat his candy bar tonight while he finished his masterpiece, but he instead held it out to the man. "I know what you mean," he replied. The schoolyard was packed the next morning as Elliot's classmates waited for first bell. "Go, go!" As one, the students turned toward the gate and saw Elliot dressed head to toe in his wingsuit. After a moment of shock, they burst into laughter. But they were already far below him.
No.
He swooped through their midst and into the school. "Go, go!" He bounded through the halls, zigzagged up the stairwell.
Elliot, don't do it. Elliot, please don't. Elliot, don't make any attempts to fly off the building, please.
Gah! The school let out a collective gasp when they saw a stinky crow on the roof. With a triumphant snap, he spread his wings, and a moment later, he had leapt.
God.
The next 2 seconds were the most beautiful of Elliot's entire life. He could feel their eyes upon him. He was flying, and their awe was keeping
Too bad
him
awe can't keep you in the
aloft.
sky. What about gravity? What about gravity?
10 minutes later, as guidance counselors wiped bits of Elliot off sobbing students, and the police struggled to piece together the story you are reading now, Elliot's teacher looked down at the wreckage of the boy on the pavement and never forgot what he saw. One bloody hand had formed a peace sign. The other was giving him the finger. It's like an Alanis Morissette song. The end.
Okay, lovely. I don't think I'll sleep for weeks.
Quitad cojones.
Quitas cojones. What does that say? 10 minutes later, as guidance counselors wiped bits of Elliot off of sobbing students and the police struggled to piece together the story you are reading now, Elliot's teacher looked down at the wreckage of the boy on the pavement. Wow. I mean, this is nothing more than a cautionary tale as to the deleterious effects of bullying. You know, had they not relentlessly made fun of him for his peculiar body odor, he would have never been compelled to turn himself into a giant bird in an attempt to fly from the roof of his school. No. I feel like that's something that only could have ever ended one way. You hate to see it. Truly, we hate to see it. I don't know why I thought I'd be opening that gate with a can opener, but... Que sera, sera, right? I need to find my way back into the building, because... at this point, being outside is unproductive. I need to find the room with the fireplace in it. Which, oddly enough, is not on the first floor. It might be on the second. Something's walking around out here. I can hear it. Unfortunately. Pride before the fall. Stalwart to the end. Gladiatorial combat? Okay. Revelations, a new understanding. Okay. Polls have closed in all battleground states. Fantastic. I waited very patiently only for that thing to not come in here. It lost its window. Why, that's very Mario 64 of them. I've got my red apple. I've got my mirror intact. Whoa. Oops. I feel like I'm still 2 keys down. I've still got the 107. What? Oh, of course. I cannot believe it's taken this long to explore this place. Jesus. Actual disgust. understand. I don't understand this puzzle, actually. Sick of these things just hiding in the closets. There's the bolt cutters I need. Like, I don't know about you, but I'd keep him. Huh. Or is it? No. Uh-oh.
God damn it.